going to be and who are armed and charged with the responsibility of protecting us. So they need to be empowered with that information, and we won't have that without you.
I love it. Beautifully put. And yeah, I would encourage everyone here in the chat, everyone that's watching, whether you're on YouTube, Abstract, TikTok, X, Twitch, wherever you're watching, get involved, get engaged. Let your voices be heard. Like I said, we have an opportunity to make a difference, especially now with primaries coming up. Let your voices be heard. Stand up for yourself, and let's move this crypto space in a positive direction for the people.
Wait, I think I found this little soundboard thing.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know that existed.
Why didn't I see this earlier?
Yes, that's so awesome. I gotta look into that. That is cool. I want to do that now. How do I do that? That what this is? I don't know.
It's soundboard in Discord.
I'm gonna have to look into it. I'm gonna break something. Dang, you can just like hit somebody with that. That is classic. I absolutely.
That's gonna be
it.
the next one.
Is there a goat one?
No.
Do a goat one.
It's not. There's a cricket. And that's my dog.
Hey, thank you, chat. Miss Nifty, I don't want to take any more of your time. We kind of ran over our hour that I usually allot, and I thank you for staying a little extra time here and coming on the show. We'd love to have you anytime you're available. I know you're a very busy woman, and like I said, any way that I can help or get involved, I want to be there. So whatever you need from me, I am at your disposal.
We will recap for sure. We will definitely do this again. And thank you for doing this for the community. It's needed, and it's not going to be one person, 10 people, or 100 people. It's going to take a lot of us. It's going to take all of us to share, spread information, and make a difference. So thank you for what you're doing and for hosting.
Thank you. I try my best. All right, chat, give a round of applause. Everybody send in W's for Miss Nifty. Thank you guys. So much. I bid you adieu.
Thank you, sir.
All right, chat. That was awesome. So here is the website right here. You can go to standwithcrypto.org, and you can find their website. And I believe that there is a directory to other Stand with Cryptos as well. I'm sure that if you don't find for your area, you can Google it. If you do want the resources, she did send out to me everything. So if you do want that information, reach out to me and I will get it to you or get you connected with her, and you guys can work out whatever questions or things you have. All right, I got something for you, chat. Yo, what is up, the greatest crypto rapper of all time? What's up, rap? Bro, you're out of control, man.
Yo, what the fuck is up, bro? Hey, great conversation, man. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, man, I'll tell you what, that beat the hell out of the conversation that we had at the party, because I was so lit, bro. Like, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have you on the show. Dude, I had way more fun at Rare Evo, but being there with you made it so much more fun, bro. And like looking back on it now, and I'm remembering, I'm like, dude, I was so messed up. Like, I kept like, dude, I was a machine, bro. I was here, I was there, dude. I didn't stop moving.
Bro, yeah. I mean, it wasn't even the biggest venue, but you were in every corner, bro. You were always like, "Oh wait, I'm about to be right back," and then I look over and you'd be like, just in a whole different conversation at a whole different place.
Yeah. Constantly networking, constantly moving. That's just how I am, man. Dude,
hunger, bro. Yeah.
I network better in person. You know.
That's
online.
real, bro.
Yeah,
it's a strength. And I mean, that even just that night alone, you scored so many guests for your show. And this program was a great program and wonderful guests. And this is like one of, a half dozen people that you recruited that night.
Absolutely. And you were there. You saw who these people are. These are not just, some guy on TikTok with a camera. These are developers, people making huge waves in the crypto community. And we were there rubbing elbows with them and, educating ourselves and getting an opportunity to spread that education to the community.
It doesn't stop, bro. We're going to keep connecting, keep networking, keep, stretching our arms out. You and I, we're ambassadors from TikTok to crypto. It's a rare niche in the industry that not a lot of people respect. But I think it's one, and you obviously agree with me, that this is one that's tremendously valuable and one of our best vehicles for reaching the next generation of investors and onboarding retail. And that's ultimately going to be the key, is us putting a good foot forward and wearing the banner of TikTok and representing you guys from the community and really sort of expressing your voice to the industry at large. Because right now there really is no clear sort of channel of communication from you, who are ultimately retail investors that matter a lot in the industry, because you make up the next, 20 million, 30 million, 50 million people that we're going to onboard. But nobody's really paying attention to you guys right now.
Yeah, and I would say, how the saying goes, go out and touch grass. You can still be about crypto and everything you do while touching grass. We were literally out, at a crypto event, touching grass, rubbing some elbows, and still immersed in, coming up with content. I was live for that show. We're meeting with the people. We're getting the information. So any creators that are watching, I would encourage you to, take the phone and go out into the real world. Talk to random people. If there's not a crypto event near you, you can just ask people on the street what they think about crypto, and you can find, and I do this personally, there's a consensus out there that most of the people you ask this question, what's your experience with crypto? Basically, I go, the spam email you get, how's your crypto experience going or whatever? I ask people that on the street, right? And the consensus seems to be it's a scam. So you have an opportunity to go out into the world and explain to them the truth and really reach more than just the tight community that we have here. Bro, what are you doing? What the? All right, you're booted.
Chill.
I just shrunk you, bro. I just shrunk you. I fucking love you. Hey, we gotta hang out more because I'm actually down the road from you, bro. We're close.
But what you're saying is right, bro. You're 110% correct. That's the way forward, bro. And we're doing our part. We're touching grass. But you know what? The other thing I'll say for the people in the chat, there always is going to be some kind of crypto community, some kind of crypto event going on near you, even if you live in fucking Boise, Idaho. You just gotta jump on. The best apps to use would be something like Luma. This is some free game for you guys in the chat. Take the leap to IRL. Take the leap to going and connecting with people that you otherwise wouldn't connect with. You don't realize how kind of echo chamber and insular your crypto community is until you step out into the real world and see blockchains that you never even interacted with, and how rich those ecosystems are and how many people are there, and et cetera, et cetera. Take the leap to IRL. Be brave enough to go beyond the screen. If you want to take this industry seriously, it's not just about sitting behind the screen all day and hitting the trenches and all that. It's about connecting with others and building what is ultimately undiscovered, uncharted territory. We are pioneering. We're trailblazing crypto. And that can't happen by yourself in your real life. I mean, you gotta go out and see some real people. So get Luma, Luma, that's the free game, and look at local events. And usually Luma events skew towards tech or crypto events in the first place. So you'll probably see them right there on the local discovery page. And just go and go take the leap. It took me a long time to take the leap to go to my local crypto meetups, but when I did, I was like, damn, I was missing this. It's good. It's so much fun to hang out with these people because you obviously have so much in common.
Dude, you were like a kid in a candy store at that event, man. It was so cool to see you. Dude, your face lit up. You're like, this guy signed the Constitution for Cardano. You were like all stepped.
Yeah, that's for me out, bro.
I was like, yeah, man. Dude, that event wasn't even on Luma, right? I mean, it was through Luma, but it wasn't public. It was a private event that we got to go to. And we got invited to that because of the Goat Tribe. So Goat Tribe got us locked in with that. So special thanks to Goat Tribe as well. You can find them at Ada Goats on X or goattribe.io. Great fam. They're fam. That's why I have the Goat Tribe up in the background because I consider myself part of the Goat Tribe. I've actually been inducted as one of the goats because I'm a goat holder now. Dude, I wanted to ask you, we got to reach out to them. We got to work on the next album, right?
That's real, bro, for sure. And I gotta hang out with bro too. And also, I gotta get a goat, bro. I don't even have my goat yet, but I've been shopping them. I've been looking around trying to find a nice one on the floor. I'm really particular about my NFTs, so
reach out to him. He'll make one of you. So they made one of me with the twisty mustache. So that's the goat. Yeah, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, so legit. And then we were talking about touching grass. You're going to Abu Dhabi, right, in a couple weeks?
Yeah, sir. Actually, in a couple days, in literally 1 week from today, pretty much, I'm gonna be on the plane out there to Abu Dhabi, about an hour and a half outside of Dubai, for the largest Solana conference of the year, where everyone's gonna descend and decide the future of the blockchain.
Dude, that's so lit, and I wish I was going to that. I got family and kids, so when I travel out of the country, I gotta take the whole brigade with me. So I tend to stay more local, but we're gonna have to do one of those together for sure, man. We'll link up.
Holy, you know what? I was just having a conversation actually today with. I'm gonna be staying in a content house out there in Abu Dhabi. I'm gonna be staying. The event's like 4 days or whatever. I'm gonna be out there 10 days. And it's gonna be me and a bunch of other A-list crypto content creators, and we're gonna be just cranking out literally 24/7, 365 live with a full film crew and lights, camera, action, the works. And we're talking in a meeting today, and ETH Denver is coming up in February. I feel like that's one we should run, bro.
ETH Denver? Yeah, I could do
ETH
that.
Denver.
Yeah, do that.
I feel like that would be fun.
When is that?
The college should be out there, a lot of big names should be out there. I know a bunch of penguins should be out there with friends with them. That's in February.
February? I think that. I'll let you know. Give me some information. We'll check that out.
Yeah. And I'm FOMO, bro, because our battle in Miami is right now, and a lot of crypto people are out there doing events. It looks like such a good time right now.
Yeah, man. And I forgot what I was gonna say. Shit, dude. I can't even say why my brain is. I keep losing my track of thought. Remember what you tried to give me before we left? Were you there for that? I had that today. So.
I was trying to find a flex when I go try. I got it right here. I got a little shine on me. Yo, that was my favorite one, honestly. That art is insane. It's so good.
Take the roller.
Yeah, I was looking for mine. It's right there next to me.
I got the wire.
Let me mob you real quick. Boom!
I got the pin. Hell yeah, bro.
Yo!
Dude,
that's crazy.
And then on top of it, I got the entire sticker collection. I got the poster. I got a bunch of stuff, man. They found me for sure. And I'm excited to work on that album, man. Because you're a rapper, I'm a lyricist, he's a dev. Together, we could pump out some serious albums, man.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. I like the project a lot. I'm gonna have to pump up a couple of those things. That's on my shopping list. I'm gonna carry the NFT portfolio and start stacking like as a private reserve, and those two are gonna be in there.
Well, plus the goat NFTs come with utility. So I don't know if they told you about this, but the goats have utility. So as a goat holder, you have certain things. So you can, like for me, I can play the music on the live, and I have the rights to use that music with no copyright infringement. So like when I post stuff on YouTube, I don't get hit with anything. So like there's utility to holding goats, and there's more to it than that. That was the main utility that I saw. I was like, okay, let me get some goats, for that. But there's a lot of utility in holding a goat, and I believe that is the future of NFTs. Is NFTs with utility.
Speaking of NFTs with utility, bro, I gotta plug my entropy, bro, my Aslar miner. It's sold out actually, literally last night. I fucking got on the phone with the team. I was like, you guys are missing an opportunity. These things are sold out. You need to just restock as many as you can. And so they put 10 up in the shop. But yeah, NFTs with utility. It's a miner. You plug into a wall and it mines a meme coin. And that in order to activate it and actually claim tokens, you need the NFT from the project. So it has that ultra element. That's sort of a metaverse element where you've got a DeFi, you've got NFT, and you've got the DeFi, of course, as well. So it's kind of a shout out to Jack. It's a jack of all trades of projects where you're really kind of wearing the hats at the same time. Miners eat first. Absolutely, it's sick. And so yeah, the best deal ever. It's usually like $150 for this thing, but right now it's like $90.
Yeah, and it yields what, like it's like $100 a year or something like that.
Yeah, right now yields are pretty low. I think it's averaging 36 cents a day or something like that. And so the thing costs $99. You got to figure it out a little under a year until it pays itself off.
But when the coin goes up, then your yield is going to go up from there. But if you're looking at baseline where it's at right now,
I mean, historically the coin. I mean, there's been times where the thing has yielded up to as much as like $16, $17 a day, which is insane. If you punch in the numbers.
Right. So like the lowest you're looking at is it might take a year to pay the thing off at worst case scenario, which is not a big deal. And it's small. It's not using a ton of power. So it's not like it's going to cost you a bunch of energy to run it.
Yeah, no, it's super sick. I can't recommend it enough. If you guys are interested at all in decentralized physical infrastructure networks, mining, passive income yield type projects, you like a lot of meme coins, but want a little bit more depth to what you're investing in, this is my go-to for sure. And I'm only talking about it because it's literally like a temporary deal where it's like the best deal ever. You know, TikTok is always like, the TikTok shop, this is the last time this deal's going to be here, 60% off, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty much what I'm doing.
Word. All right.
That's interesting. Where do I find it? Justentropy.lol. Justentropy.lol. Take my hat and turn it into a website.
There you go, bro. I almost ordered one the other night, and then like I was on your live and I was going to order one. I was going to order 5, but I passed out.
Well, they're in stock. There's only 10 of them on the shop right now.
And you can only buy 5, right?
The 5 is the max, but you know what? Let me give you some super duper top secret alpha that can't be said anywhere else. Very soon, we're introducing a brand new product offering. It has never before existed. It's highly limited. Again, we're talking less than 10 units. It's going to allow you to have a sixth miner. It's going to be crazy.
Love it, bro. Hey, man, thank you for coming on, dude, and being here. I'm going to cut the live out now. If you guys want to send any gifts to anybody in the panel, make sure you follow everybody that was up here. Much appreciated. Always a pleasure to have you. Crypto Rap, the greatest crypto rapper of all time. This is a Crypto Rap exclusive.
This is an Ozthecryptogoat exclusive. The greatest crypto podcast of all time. Everyone go watch my live because Oz is ending my live right now.
Black, did you have anything you want to say before we get out? I know you didn't get a chance to talk too much. I want to give you an opportunity because we had a short conversation earlier. You want to expand on it a little bit. I don't have to get off just yet, but if you want to talk.
I definitely just really appreciate bringing up what is this Stable Crypto. I've been navigating using Coinbase multiple times and contacting my legislator, so we definitely need more activity like this in space. So keep these type of, I guess, whatever these things are, live streams coming.
Absolutely. And I took a little break, a little vacation chat. Okay, the show's back. It's in full force. We got guests lined up, Wazoo. And we're talking about these are big players in the crypto space, not just little guys. And I'm hoping that this next year I should have Wendy O and Charles Hoskinson. So those are in the works. So stay tuned, chat. I'm excited. Some big things are happening for such a small show. We are just starting. It hasn't even been 1 year that I've been doing the show, and because we are out pounding the pavement, touching grass, going to these events, rubbing elbows, and basically we're going to free parties with free food and drinks is all we're doing. But doing that, we're building this community strong. So strong, and it's been really incredible. And for those of you that have been here since day one, thank you. Special thanks to TikTok Seller. He's one of our moderators here. This show would have died a long time ago without him. He has helped support in so many ways. He's given and donated to the show so many times. I've offered to pay him for his services. He refuses, and he is with me every single day in the Discord. I mean, we're calling out bangers in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you click the link in my bio. If it's not working, send me a DM. I will help you get into the Discord and send you the link. But dude, we are calling out big movers in there. Okay. Dude, I think I hit like it was Mon. I hit 50% on that already, and it looks like it's still going up. So we're doing things. In Discord, we're trading together as a group. People are learning. We have the TA class as well. If you want to get involved and learn the TA class. Crypto Rap is actually coming on the TA class and taught us how to use Pump Fud, how to find the bangers there. Special thanks to you, Crypto Rap, for doing that as well. The TA class is lit, man, and we not only have like me teaching you how to read charts. I have hedge fund managers coming on the TA class. I have other influencers, creators, market traders, big names in the space that are coming in and teaching you their knowledge. So I would tell you, the best thing you can do for yourself is invest into yourself before you invest in the market. Get educated. Learn about this stuff. Crypto Rap, I hear you saying this all the time. The best thing you can do is lock in and learn. And we're so ready. You have an opportunity to learn something new before everyone else gets into it. To be the top dog, like we were talking with Ms. Nifty earlier, we are the top 1%. Everyone here in the chat, you are the top 1% of educated people in crypto. The fact that you're here is enough. Because most people, they don't care. They're buying lottery tickets and that's it. They don't want to learn. They want to go on. They want to ask an influencer, what should I buy? And not put in any of the work, not do anything, and have someone else do it for them. You as an individual getting involved and educating yourself, learning paper trade, guys, you can paper trade. And you have an opportunity to advance yourself light years ahead of the competition for the future. So I urge you to get involved, get in the Discord, get in the TA. Crypto Rap has an amazing Discord if you like meme coins. They're calling out crazy bangers. Dude, what was that? It was like 150 some X last night?
Yeah, it ended up being like a 215x or something at the end. But yeah, we caught a couple digit multipliers this week. They're cooking in there. Yeah,
it's incredible. Actually, dude, I want you to come on the TA show again and teach us how to use Soul Pump. If you could. I would love that, man.
Yeah, totally, bro. Yeah,
dude,
for sure.
Soul Pump looks cool as fuck, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I want to do it, but I know nothing about it. I'm afraid to touch it. Like, but if you want to do it, dude, because like 6.7's already, yielded me a little bit. And like, dude, I'm very conservative. So I'm like, I picked up 10x, here and there. I'm good with it. And so like, yeah, dude, I'm picking up 10x's like this, bro. Like, yeah, Soul Pump, dude. You don't know what Soul Pump is, bro? Tell me what Soul Pump is.
it's a game site. It's a lot of game sites. I mean, it's a reliable on-chain, fully transparent. I'm not gonna lie, it's like 95% RTP. It's not exactly a money printer, but it's a lot of fun. And we play Crash on there, and we've hit a couple again multi-hundred X's. There's no better feeling than crunching like a big triple-digit multiplier and scaling down the progressive profit to 1%, and then literally every time you click your mouse, you're getting $1.
That's it, bro. Yeah, it looks like fun. Like you said, it's like a game, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like, and you were saying it's like you can set parameters, you can set all these different things. So like you just play, you're making money, you get paid in soul, right? So it's really
Yeah, we can talk about it in
the DA class. Absolutely. Love it. All right, chat. I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you to everyone that came up here. Thank you for all the gifts, everyone that gifted. I'm just gonna shout out the names. We got TikTok Seller, Brooke Odyssey. Let's see here. Who is this? This is Miss Evie, AB Ryder, Fredrum, For Fun, Mr. Josh TV, Satoshi Nakamoto. Man, I miss it. Oh wait, no, we got Scotty Dog, we got Run Up, Run Up, Revolution, Francesca, Purple Bitcoin. I think that's everybody. Thank you all. If I missed you, I do apologize. Thank you for all the gifts. It's incredible. We've been live for 2 hours and 39 minutes, and we've made a whopping $5.75. We are rich, bro. We are so rich. We make a lot of money here. Thank you guys for your donations and everything that you do here. Everything that you said here, now I pretty much either donate to other creators or I give it to Jesse or IT here. So much love and respect for all of you. And I will, let's see here. Let's do this real quick because Rap is doing weird shit again. I love you, bro. Dude, and if you want to watch a good live stream, follow Crypto Rap and watch his live stream and just watch him roast the chat. It is the most fun. My favorite creator here on TikTok, hands down. I'm just having so much fun just listening to him roast people. It is absolutely phenomenal. I wish I had that ability to do what you do, bro. It's fucking hilarious. So definitely check him out. And then follow Black XXOR. Very educated and I trust what this guy says. We had a good conversation on Why Crypto Live the other day, or it was today actually. And he knows what he's talking about, and he's not standing for bullshit either. So I love it. Anyone that's willing to tell the truth and not lie to the community and dump their bags on them, you got my respect. All right, chat. I'll see you all next time. Have a good night.
Thanks for the liquidity, guys. Take care.
But does that mean that we won't go into WW3? This may be WW3. We're in it. It's just not what we've seen before. History doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes. I've told you guys a million times. We're in it. We're in it right now. This is what happens with a global economic shift. Yeah, there's something wrong with TikTok. I think it needs to be updated or something. It's every creator's been having problems. All right, let's see here. Deadly Russian bombardment of Ukraine further dampens hopes for peace. Let's watch. This one's a short one. So this is what's going on in Ukraine.
Today's night is very hard for us because it's attacks by the
This
terrorists,
is
by the
what
Russian
bothers me.
Federation.
These are just regular people suffering.
It's very loud outside because we right now is in the parking with a lot of people because we feel a little bit scared because of the.
I mean, oil is
because
one of
because
the
it's very
resources
very noisy.
that's the problem, but yeah.
I think that ends because of the rockets, because of the Shahed, which is flying like that. Like the bees.
These poor people, the innocent people suffering because
so
why
we were
can't
a bit shocked
the
because,
presidents and leaders
the bomb
duke it out
is
in a
detonated near our,
boxing ring
near
instead
our
of
house,
doing
and
all of
we
this to
was very near it.
regular people?
I believe in peace, but in the strong way
Was
with
it,
partners and Ukrainian
System
side.
of a Down.
So yeah,
Why don't presidents go to
Zelensky
war? Why do
will
they
do
always
this,
send the
but,
poor?
as you see, it's not will be soon because the partners, the Trump, the other leaders, it's just talking, and it's like what talk about? It's like 4 years coming, like for the war.
Yeah, they want us to pay for it. They want us to deal with. We're supposed to be the world police, I guess, and it's ridiculous. I'm so sick of it. And you know, the U.S. is basically saying we're not doing it no more. So this is from the Moscow Times. Putin believes Russia is winning the war in Ukraine. The battlefield picture tells a different story. And this is from the Moscow Times, okay? The people of Russia don't even want to do this. They don't want the war either. No one wants this war except for the leaders. This is how they decrease population. This is all part of it. I'm not going to read all of this, but if you want to go check it out, this is the MoscowTimes.com. Putin believes Russia is winning the war in Ukraine. The battlefield picture tells a different story. Go check it out. Read it for yourself. So here's another one. Former Israel PM, we need not just a truce, but an end to the war. This is the war in Gaza. There's just war everywhere. Everywhere you look and turn, everywhere is breaking out into hot war. And the fact that the American people think that it's not coming home here, you've lost the plot. It's coming. It's coming. Nobody wants to fight. We all want peace except for the elite oligarchs. Exactly, Neo. Neo nailed it. It's population control. I'm not going to read all this. If you want to go check it out, this is from Vatican News. VaticanNews.va. And basically the sentiment here is nobody wants to be at war right now. The people, the Palestinians, the Israelites, the the Russians, the Ukrainians, the Congolans, and nobody wants any of this, man. It's just the leaders. I say we make the leaders fight to the death. You know, if the leaders want to go to war, then they've got to fight to the death, and the people just go on living. But that's not what it's about. It's not about who's right and who's wrong, who's got resources and who doesn't. It's about population control. It's about control in general. That's why there will be false flags on American soil to use the propaganda to get us to fight. Yep. I agree. 1v1, baby. Let's put them in a ring, and let's do the Hunger Games, but let's let it be the world leaders. Let's let the world leaders fight it out, Hunger Games style, and whoever wins wins. And I'll tell you what, that won't work either, because you know what we'll end up with for a leader is a warlord. We'll end up with like this super buff, yoked out, tatted up, badass guy that with a big old ego running the country. You know, it won't be about meritocracy. It'll be about muscle and brawn. That's the problem with that sentiment. But I still think it's better than sending people to war. There's got to be a way to coexist. There's got to be a way to fix all of this. I don't believe that this is the answer. All right, let's go over the Trump Elon thing. Here are all the facts in a nutshell so far, is what I know.
The breakup between Elon Musk and President Trump is getting messy. And the downfall of the relationship is happening quick because remember, just last week, President Trump was gifting Elon with a golden key to the White House to thank him for the work that he did with Doge. But then Elon came out and said that he didn't agree with President Trump's big, beautiful bill.
I was like disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
And saying, I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. President Trump clearly didn't like that and fired shots back at Elon, saying Elon was, quote, wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. Elon popped back and said such an obvious lie, so sad. President Trump did a news conference saying he's not sure if they can even be friends, also saying this.
He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
President Trump didn't stop there. He then said the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. And that was the last straw for Elon Musk, who then went and dropped a major bomb on X, saying that the reason we haven't gotten those files that we've all been waiting to get is because the president is in them. And then said, have a nice day, DJT. Doubling down on his own post and telling people to mark this for the future, the truth will come out, even having Alex Jones say, God help us all. Now I wonder if all of the liberals in California are going to take their I bought this before Elon went crazy stickers and peel them off their Teslas. So far, the last part of this divorce saga that is going on is Elon putting out this poll asking the public if they think it's time to start a new political party. So far, it's gotten 1.2 million votes and 82% say yes. President Trump came out with his last
new political
words
party,
so far,
a
saying
centrist
that he doesn't
party,
mind that Elon's turning against him, but he just wishes he would have done it months ago. That this big, beautiful bill is the greatest bill ever presented to Congress, and it needs to pass. Do you agree with that? This is the messiest divorce since Kim and Kanye, and my question to you is, are you taking sides, or are you going to see how this unravels? Because I have a feeling this is just the beginning. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
Jesse, we'll read Jesse's in a minute. Neo says a separate civilization to Mars. You know, maybe so. People trying to get away. But let me tell you something. You can't run away from your problems. They will find you no matter where you go. From a logical standpoint and the information I can't find, it's literally that's why the files won't be released. Yeah, I think they're probably not going to come out. Here's another one.
We have breaking news right now. Another airport incident, this time at Denver, where according to ABC News and the FAA now, earlier this week, Denver air traffic controllers lost communications with planes for a period of 90 seconds. If that sounds familiar, it's exactly what happened at the Newark airport, not once, but twice. And now it's happened at the Denver airport, which is a major hub for flying. The outage at the Denver International Airport happened Monday afternoon and affected communications, not the radar. It forced Denver to lose communications with planes around the airport for about a minute and a half, planes moving at hundreds of miles per hour. And as a result, the airport had to scramble and use backup frequencies in its latest FAA equipment failure. Thankfully, the aircraft remained safely separated and there were no impacts to operations. But why is this happening and why is this happening now? Spread the word. I'll have a full breakdown of this on my Substack, link to my bio, so subscribe for free.
Yeah, here's another one.
But let me tell you something, folks. You can't fix stupid.
Remember, I told you they were trying to block out the sun? It says only morons would dim the sun at the same time install solar panels on prime land. This is crazy. Did you ever dig into the Catherine Fitz story? Is that the one with the underground bunker stuff? Jesse, see if you can dig into the Catherine Fitz story. I mean, we covered basically all the information that we received from it. It was just one interview with what's his name? The Fox News guy that got fired. I can't think of his name right now. Tucker Carlson. That's the only thing that we've heard from it. No, nothing new or recent. That's all we've heard. You know, I was going to do an underground thing today, and I just ran out of time setting up the show. I was trying to dig and find some stuff or something to go over, and I just wasn't finding anything new. Man, we keep dropping. TikTok really needs to get its thing together. All right, thank you all for your support of the show. Don't forget, we have merchandise. That was loud. So we have mugs. You can get your mug here. I got a mug. You can get your stickers, t-shirts. This is my favorite one. But we got the hoodies. We got women's and men's t-shirts. And yeah, summer vacation, not too much going on. How to build your own bunker idea? Well, that's simple. This is my favorite sticker that I have. So this is a meme I created. And let me move this over here so you can see it a little better. This is my favorite. It says, when Rimple hints at another escrow unlock, say goodbye to your gains. And it has Brad Garlinghouse hitting the sell button and just regular everyday people just trying to hold on to their XRP. Probably the weather, why it's dropping, high cloud magnetic interference. Yes, we're going to cover the magnetic interference thing next week. I had originally planned to cover that today, but I have some more digging to do. I try to get all the information together before I report on it. Yeah, we all kind of hear some things, but the whole purpose of hearing it here is we're digging through it and finding the facts in all of it. So I want to do some more digging on that one. but there's some actual really good information coming out about that, and it keeps coming out. So that's going to be one we're going to be covering. But definitely, guys, get your stickers, get your hoodies and your t-shirts, get a mug, be like the goat, and have an amazing cup of goat in the morning. It's beautiful. They're really high quality too. I'm surprised at the quality of these mugs. Like, they're thick too, and like they're durable. These are quality mugs. Like, I was really surprised. I ordered the t-shirt. I'm gonna get my t-shirt on one of these days, maybe Monday. But yeah, all you gotta do is copy this link right here, and it'll take you to the shop where you can buy all this stuff. And then don't forget, June 27th, we have Francesca Vander coming on the show. Francesca is I don't know how new of a creator, but she's into crypto. She's doing some pretty cool things. I discovered her recently. And we also have Bullish Babe from the Wolf Pack coming on. And on June 13th, we have Neil from Polygon Labs coming on the show. So that should be a fun show as well. Neil's actually really cool guy. I like talking and chatting with him. I'm interested in, we can't talk about too many things. He's got some NDAs. I totally understand it. But then check it out. We've got Waddy coming on the show June 20th. Don't miss this show. This is going to be a good one. I love and respect Waddy, everything he does. He is doing God's work, man. Great guy. Send these people a follow. And then maybe we'll get Mega on here again soon. And don't forget, we are live Monday through Friday, 5 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there or be square. I guess that's it for the show. I guess I read through the news faster than I thought I was going to. We sped through it, and yeah. No TA today? Yeah, I'll do some TA right now. That was from when I was in Vegas. That's why I don't go swim in Vegas, man. Everybody's drinking and swimming. All right, TA. Who wants some TA? I forgot we do TA on this show. I got wrapped up in the news. TikTok seller, thank you for the 21 roses. Let's get some Let 'em Cooks going in here. Send me some Let 'em Cooks, and we'll do some of this TA while you guys send those in. Let's go into the 1 hour. Oh, that's bullish. So XRP looks like it's about to pump. That's a bull flag. Bull flag in the 1 hour on XRP. That means by sometime today or tomorrow, we should, that would only take it up to 222-ish. I would hope that we could get higher. I would hope that we could get up to like 230 and exit there. But, you know, I would imagine that this is going to do something like that before it comes down. So you're going to have an opportunity to get out, but I'm thinking like a triple top, something like that, or a double top and come back down. Jessica, TikTok seller, Danny Gibson and Jessica, thank you for the heart me's. Jessica with two, or excuse, not heart me's, the Let 'em Cooks. Thank you, Jessica, for the 2 Let 'em Cooks. I just did a live on TT and all viewership is way down. I know, right? It's really weird. Viewership is maybe just because it's Friday. It's a slow news day. The markets aren't doing well. Basically, if you're not covering the Trump and Elon thing, you're not booming right now. Guinea Marie with the 5 Let 'em Cooks. Thank you so much. We are so close. We got 16 out of 20 on this Let 'em Cook goal. That is awesome. We are 80% of the way through this goal. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you become a deluxe subscriber. Become a deluxe subscriber and let me help you. Let me help you with your trades. And we can do this together one-on-one. Matic. Yeah, we can look at Matic. But XRP's got a bull flag right now. If you want to catch a quick little trade, there's money to be made right there. And that's a quick one. That would be over the next couple hours. Let's take a look at this one for Jesse. Jesse's trading now. When we first started this show, she was kind of just diamond handing stuff. And now that she's on the show and watching the show, she's trading now and she's killing it. Oh, Polygon. That's funny. I was just looking at Polygon last night. Interesting. Some people say that Polygon's dead. I don't think so. And that's why I want to have Neil on here. I want to ask him some questions about Polygon. Look, Polygon's a bull flag too. Everything's similar. So I would say pretty much everything in the market's probably going to get a nice little pump here, recovery. Hopefully. Guinea Marie with the 5 Let 'em Cooks. Danny Gibson with 4 Let 'em Cooks. Thank you guys so much for helping me meet that goal. You guys are incredible. So yeah, Polygon looks good. And just based off of that, from my experience, obviously some projects are going to be different, but I would assume that the markets are about to get a little bit of a pump over the next day. You know what? The green light's on. Yeah, it's got a bull flag. It's about to pump. I don't know how high it's going to go. It'll probably go to 22 cents. That's only 1 cent. Okay.
Of the red.
Oh, good. Good. Jesse's killing it. Jesse's a trader now. And not the bad kind, the good kind. So that's awesome. Jesse's taking advantage of her deluxe subscription that Guinea Marie gifted her. So since she got that subscription, she's taking advantage of it. So Guinea Marie, know that your subscription went to a good cause. Bring the pump, baby. I'll take it. Yeah, I got the green light on. The green light's on. We're going to get a pump, but it's only going to be short term. This is very short term. Maybe 1 day. Maybe 2 days of green. A bit of recovery. And that's, because but Poly, hit like a double bottom here. So let's say this is a double bottom. Polygon could go to 23 cents. So, Jesse, it could go to 23. But, yeah, I turned the green light on because let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to... I should be looking at Bitcoin every day. I don't know why. I don't like Bitcoin. Yeah, Jesse, I think Polygon could go to 23 actually instead of just 22. But I saw a more macro pattern. That would be over the next week. But that it also depends on the market. Let's look at Bitcoin. I don't know. Bitcoin, it may not be as good as we think. Bitcoin, this is a head and shoulders, man. Bitcoin's coming back to 95. If Bitcoin drops, everything else is going to drop. I think it's a bull trap now. This is why we look at Bitcoin. I think it's a bull trap. I think they'll get a bit of a pump, but it won't be what people are expecting. I've been reinvesting my small BTC investment and take profits and invest in new projects. Good for you. Diversification. Bitcoin is tapped out, if you ask me, for at least a little while. Okay. I'd say for at least a few weeks, maybe a month, Bitcoin is tapped out. Bitcoin's going to have to go to all-time high again in order for everything to keep pumping. So keep that in mind. Okay. I have the green light on. I'm taking the green light off, putting the white light on. Okay. I'm putting the white light because it's 50-50 right now because Bitcoin looks hella bearish. And if Bitcoin drops, everything will follow. So it could be bull traps that are forming right now. And I would say the overall sentiment is downward movement. It's neutral. We're neutral right now. So I'm going to leave the white light on for now. Hopefully nobody saw just a little portion of the show and FOMO'd out there. You know, this is why we got to be patient. We got to look at things. And this is why we can't just look at one project and make an analysis. You have to refer back to Bitcoin, what Bitcoin's doing. If Bitcoin does head and shoulders right here, everything's cooked. Okay, but if Bitcoin starts going up to new all-time highs, then everything's going to pump like crazy. All right, let's do Sui for Jesse. I'm so proud of Jesse. I've been in FOMO training lately. Yeah. With me, right? I told you the first thing you're going to learn is patience. Tell you that right now. With the training and the coaching, the first thing you're going to learn is patience. Chill out, relax. You usually get 2 shots at everything, okay? Notice it's called like a double bottom, double top. That means it hits that same price twice. You get 2 shots. Relax, everybody. All right, let's see here. Sui. Sui looks bullish. Okay. Sui looks, this is a descending channel. So Sui is a descending channel. However, on a more macro scale, more than likely this pumps up here, falls short, and is a head and shoulders. You see that head and shoulders right there? So I would imagine Sui goes up to about 360, 365, maybe 370. I think 366 on Sui, maybe 375. Okay. And then it comes back down. But if Bitcoin hits new all-time highs, it'll go higher. And this one could see $4 to $4.40. It all depends on Bitcoin right now. I'm still waiting for XRP to go back to 247. Good luck. That's probably not going to happen before it reaches lower, but it could. If Bitcoin reaches new all-time highs, you could see that. Kodak says, Neo, if it does, send me a smoke signal. Teo, yeah, I think in more or less November. This is the false sense of hope they allow people to get so that they FOMO in and then they can use it for more exit liquidity. So be careful. That's why the white light's on. It's not a green light. There's no confirmation of green yet. I spoke too soon on that. You bought Teo? Did you buy Teo at the beginning of the bull run, Jesse? If you did, you're in massive profits. No, you just got it? Got you. You're waiting for an entry? Yeah, Teo looks exactly the same. Okay. So Teo could possibly pump, but then head and shoulders and come down to 230, 240. But if Bitcoin pumps, this is a descending channel here. So that would, pump it to about, I'd say 429, 429.5. If it does, and then if Bitcoin hits all-time highs, I would say 522. But really, this is a double top. This thing is going to probably consolidate here and come down. I think everything's really coming down. I want to put the red light back on, okay? Everything is showing bullish patterns, but I think overall we're going down. I'll put the white on. They're small macro or micro bullish patterns. This is only going to take it up not very far. This is going to end up head and shoulder. Bitcoin's going to end up falling short. We're in sell and may go away. Yeah, this is normal. This is normal behavior. Big Baller, how is everyone working on my website all day? Check out my website at your website was blocked, but you might be able to put it on in TikTok or DM me and I'll pull it up tomorrow. I know, but Twitch blocks the website with like stars, so I can't see it. LCID. It's a stock? Lucid. Lucid looks pretty bottomed out. Let's see here. 6.56 billion. I mean, it's definitely not going to be as volatile as crypto, but I would say this one's a good buy. It's bottomed out here. On the 1 year, it's basically as low as it's ever gone. It could go a bit lower, but I would say it's due for recovery. I can't pull up. Yeah, dude, this thing's flatlined. But this has been out since 2020. Is this the car company? Oh, interesting. I know the Lucids are good cars. Yeah, they're luxury for sure. I've actually been in one before. They're pretty cool. I would be worried that it's not gonna do well. They're moving away from electric vehicle subsidies. That's my main concern. That's why it's going down. And they're removing all the green stuff. And the big beautiful bill basically wipes out electric everything. So if the big beautiful bill doesn't pass, you could possibly see this one spike up, but I wouldn't think it would do a lot. You got to remember, like, this is very indicative of a bull cycle, but it's also the stock market. It may never do anything like this ever again. It's lost its hype already. This was the IPO craze. This is the kind of movement you'll see with Circle, okay? It IPO'd, it ran up, it came down, it ran up one more time, and then it just was done. Yeah, electric is worse for the environment, exactly. Big Baller says they better shut the bill down or we're finished as humans. EV stock, Lucid is trash. I agree. I think you'd be better off buying LMT. At least we know what's going to happen with LMT. I know you bought it, but if you're looking to invest, buy a little more maybe. But with LMT, we know the direction things are headed, and that's not something that has to be passed or voted on. It's an executive order, a swipe of the pen, and it happens. And we all know that Trump wants all this stuff to happen. We know we're going into World War III. It's solid foundation, and it's defense stocks. You can never go wrong with defense stocks. It pays dividends. You can't go wrong with it. It's going to be beneficial. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is going to do nothing, but I would back away on this one, me personally. All right. Anybody got any more? I think I'm going to call it an early night tonight. Get an extra hour for my weekend. Sold my Tesla 2 a while ago. Good for you. You did well then. I think I'm going to call it early tonight. Arrow is defense related. Is it really? You're going to see all defense stocks go up. Drones, they probably won't go up then as much. I mean, it will because we're going into war. Air mobility sector, including drones, avionics, training, and electric air mobility. That's cool. I think that drones will be something. But I think missile defense, man, that's gonna be big. It's showing bearish signs though right now. You put a bid in, nice. All right, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm tired. I'm sore. I'm in pain. I'm cranky. Bunch of stupid creators got under my skin yesterday. H-bar is not military, but it does have military capabilities. All right, enjoy your weekend, guys. Don't forget, if you're gonna bug me on the weekend, send a donation, please. It's nice to have some time off. I prefer the time off more than the donation, but I understand that these markets never shut down. So if you need that coaching on the weekends, send a donation, because everybody should know by now, okay? So I'm going to start. I've been letting it slide and helping people because I want to help people. That's why I do all this, okay? I want to help. I've been letting it slide, and some people donate and some people don't. But I'm going strictly from here on out. If you message me on the weekends, there better be a donation because I need time to myself and my family, okay? I don't get any days off doing this. Even when I do have my days off, I'm working and doing all this stuff. So, please, if you do need help, I'm here to help you, but please send a donation, all right? And I think we raised about $75 again this month for the Save a Warrior Foundation. I haven't sent it in yet. I'm waiting to get in contact with B. I have not heard from him. He's recovering from surgery, but I go through him when I do it so that way when it gets donated, it goes directly to his VFW organization. So when we send those donations, it helps him and his organization directly and not just go out to wherever for the Save a Warrior Foundation. So I'm waiting to get a hold of him. I will be posting all of that. So it is coming. All right, everyone, have a good night. Remember, the white light is on, which means watch Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin does, everything else will do the same. All right? Keep your eye on Bitcoin. All right, I'll see y'all on Monday. Have a good night. Love and appreciate all of you. You guys are amazing. I would say, because we just started on Twitch, a couple weeks ago? And it's great to see all the growth that's been happening. But we literally built this studio from the ground up. I can't wait. I think Monday the cameras will be turned on. Giddy Marie says, who is this hater? We literally started with a tablet. We started with the Nintendo Switch. And we've just completely grown. When I get the camera set up and everything's in here, I'm gonna show you guys what we freaking built in here. This is so beautiful. Like, it's soundproofed. Like, the walls are like 2 feet thick, first of all, and it's just like, it's this magnificent Faraday cage that we built. And then it's like concrete and wire mesh Faraday cage, and it's like double insulated ceiling with a secondary roof on top of it. The walls are like 2 feet wide with several layers of drywall and insulation between, and foam on the outside. It's magnificent what we built here. And we just put new carpet in, and it's beautiful. No, let him be. Let him be. Let him stay here and hate. I enjoy it. Hold on, I gotta do 2 objects are the same on TikTok. I hate TikTok so much. I have to do this where I prove that I'm actually going live. I'm talking about next level haters. Can't hear the planes anymore. Yeah, the planes are gone. I literally have an airport in my front yard. I have my own private landing strip and fueling station here. And you can't hear the planes anymore. You can't hear the planes anymore. The only thing that you do kind of hear is the air conditioner. And I'm probably going to build a baffle box for that. You can check Pengu. Oh, got an email that says it's a good coin. I will check on it. Show the airplane runway, liar. Okay. I will take pictures of the airplane. The only, or the hangars and everything. The only reason I don't do that is because it is listed on Google Maps and I don't want people to find out where I'm at. But I can take some video and post a video. I just won't show any actual stuff, but maybe I'll pull the Corvette out onto the landing strip and take a picture. I'm literally saying I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it right now in the middle of the live, but I'll do something. This bull cycle, I've been stuck with the top 5 ISO coins. I'm not into meme coins anymore. I'm out of it. I've lost too much money, too many pump and dumps. I'm looking for real world utility because I am looking at adoption. I think that we're headed towards adoption, and I'm no longer looking into nonsense coins. And honestly, I've been so focused on the show, I haven't really branched out much. I used to have, 20 hours a day to do nothing. Now I'm doing everything on the show. Let's see here. Pengu USD. I'm not going to claim I know something that I don't. Can you show one trade you've ever made this year? I mean, the studio. I made 10K off of one trade. It was this green candle right here. And for those of you that have been watching the show, you remember when I called this right here and we had the big green candle and we all caught this. This green candle right here paid for the studio, minus 5K. That came out of my own pocket. I don't need to show you anything. The proof is in the pudding. We are making, everyone here that has been trading has been doing quite well. Chat, help me out. Chat, help me out and be the pudding and let everybody know that we've been doing well. Yeah, I'm just trying to help you guys learn. Many people have been making tons of money. I would say Pengu looks the same. It's this, we got a nice little pump and a pullback. I think it's headed for price correction. If everything else pumps, it'll pump with it. I don't have to show you anything. What I can show you is I can show you this show. You can watch it and you can see me be right day after day consistently. What would you guys say my accuracy percentage is? I say like 80%, but everyone says it's much higher. I don't know. I can literally show you the show. Watch the show. Yeah, I literally made a prediction, what, 3 months in advance of a drop to 163 on XRP before it would turn around and go back up, and we nailed it to nearly the cent. And I said it would probably fall 161, but we added a couple cents just to make sure that it would hit. Why are you entertaining him and defending yourself? You don't need to do that. He doesn't define your worth, and if he wants to stay, then he will learn. Yeah, I listened to the 1 a.m. call and a.m. in the green, and I'm in the green right now. It's all good. Let him comment. It just helps the bottom line on growing the Twitch. I really don't care. And I have nothing to defend, but hopefully, you know, there's been a lot of naysayers, especially on TikTok, when no one wanted to listen. And when it happened, I made a lot of believers. A lot of people were able to turn around, and now they're avid followers of the show. They used to be haters, and they've turned around, and they understand what we're doing here. But we're also going to get into the news. But I'd say that this coin, Guinea Marie, it looks kind of like the Head and Shoulders a bit. It could drop down. It could continue upward. But I would say probably Head and Shoulders, bringing it down to about 1 cent at least. And probably more like, yeah, like 1 cent. Any thoughts on Ethereum? Think it may revisit 2400. Let's take a look at Ethereum, because I'm actually feeling like Ethereum's finally going to do something. I really think Ethereum is finally going to turn around. Let's take a look and see. See, Ethereum got its nice little pump too. It's a Head and Shoulders, or inverted Head and Shoulders, excuse me. And you know, we're going to have to watch and see what happens. The new paradigm coin. I know they kept saying that in the crypto summit. I know you want to see a trade. I know you do. But what I can offer you is the ability to watch the show and see it unfold in real life. This, you know, this looks like a bit of a bull flag, though. It's consolidating. The wicks are pretty heavy on the top end, though. So it could break down. It could pump up again here and double top. But this could be a bull flag. I would say probably a bull flag. Let me go into a lower time frame. Let's look at the 15-minute. That's a bull flag, baby. That sure looks like one, doesn't it? I think everything's kind of forming this too right now. XRP is the anomaly right now because we hit that 220 zone. But even XRP in the 15-minute, let's see here. Let's look at the 15-minute for XRP. XRP is in this like consolidation thing, but it's kind of like a similar thing, but you know, XRP is slowly coming up, whereas other things like Bitcoin, they're just pow, pow. So XRP, I think, is the anomaly. Please show a trade. I'm not giving out any of my trade information. I don't tell people what platform I use. I don't suggest any platforms. That's all for you to figure out. But if you want to know what I'm trading, become a subscriber on TikTok. And I post those trades every day, what I'm doing. You can also become a deluxe subscriber and message me directly, and I will coach you on what trades I'm doing. But I'm also very conservative with my trades. I'm more of a smart money trader. I like to buy in the low zones. Every once in a while, when I need money for the show or whatever, I'll make a little trade to keep things going. No matter what Sunday, we'll get lower prices. I don't know about that. We have been pumping on Sundays, but I think that sentiment is flipping and turning around. However, like look at XLM. Look at Bitcoin, look at Ethereum. They're showing these bullish signals. I think I'm going to have to update the RAM on this. I was talking to the IT guy today, and because I have so many windows open that are just for the news that are just like super spammy, I think that there is a high probability we pump. I think there's a high probability we pump again. The question is it going to be a lot? You know, it could just be up here, or this is, you know, this is a head and shoulders, you know, for XRP right here. That could be a head and shoulders, and that would send us right back down the line. So I'm kind of 50-50. I'm waiting for a breakout. I'm waiting for it to either fall below this line of 232, 230, or break above this blue line of 240 to make a decision on which direction we're moving. We're kind of in a sideways consolidation. I typically take the wicks, but I'm really fine if I get in now and end up being wrong. Yeah. I feel like it's one of the, it's more of a, it's not a calculated move. But at the same time, I think they're just feeding people the moon cheese like crazy. Been pretty risky recently, so let's just see. You know, the way to become wealthy is to take risky trades on small amounts of money, but to make not risky trades with large amounts of money. That's how we really become wealthy. All right, let's get into the news. We got some news to cover. Bitcoin news today. Bitcoin's price surges past 101K as U.S. legalizes strategic BTC reserve and global adoption rises. Bitcoin breaks. Bitcoin has reclaimed the six-figure territory, hitting 101,000 on May 8th, 2025, marking a major milestone driven by accelerating global adoption and a series of bullish U.S. policy shifts. The top cryptocurrency has rallied over 4.5% in the past 24 hours, breaking past the key psychological level of $100,000, with traders now eyeing its potential new support zone. Yeah, give me a minute, Neo. I'll look at Orca. Remind me again to look at Orca after we get through this article, if I forget. I will try to remember, though. Key highlights: Bitcoin hits 100K. Legislation passed in 2 U.S. states that allows Bitcoin strategic reserves. And these are different than regular reserves. I believe they are accumulating reserves in these states. Bitcoin ETF and institutional inflow continues to climb. The U.S. banks approved to trade and custody crypto assets. Positive momentum follows Trump's trade deal announcement with the UK. And there is no trade deal, as you guys know that yet. Nothing is finalized. We have no solid deal yet. However, I think that they pushed out that news because they knew that interest rates were not going to come down. So they wanted to put out some type of news that was going to mitigate the market, I would say. Trump's trade deal with the market. We already covered the trade deal. But this is the main thing I want to take from this. Strategic Bitcoin reserve now legal in U.S. states. In a landmark move, 2 U.S. states passed bills allowing the formation of state-level Bitcoin reserves. Missouri Bill 594 passes May 8th, eliminates capital gains tax on BTC. So if you live in Missouri, baby, take some profits. Because the elimination of capital gains tax will probably drive people to more likely take profits, because a lot of people have just been holding, waiting for that to happen. So keep that in mind, but that's only on the state level. On the federal level, that has not changed yet, so they may hold on to it longer. This shift comes amid increasing recognition of Bitcoin's value as a strategic financial asset and inflation hedge. Regulatory green light banks and cryptos trading in parallel with state legislation. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency announces that U.S. Bank can now trade crypto on behalf of customers, outsource crypto custody to licensed third parties. Wow, let's watch this video. Oh, I guess it's not a video. Let's read what it says then. Latest, the Office of the... We just read it. May engage in cryptocurrency activities. That's awesome. Bitcoin ETF inflows and institutional adoption climbs. Analyst says 100K could become the new support, and I think that is a possibility. But we would have to break up from here, and I think we're due for a price correction. So if we do not pump from here, and this is it, this would be the fall. Okay, but I would say that in the 1 hour, it kind of looks like a flag. So we could pump from here. We could definitely pump from here. And I would say 110 at the most. 110 at the most. Because they refuse to let Trump have any kind of win, Senate and Congress have taken 2 breaks. I agree. I literally said that yesterday. Thank you, Neo, for confirming that with me. Let's look at Orca for Neo. Orca USD. Oh, look at that. Orca hasn't even really pumped yet. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Orca barely got any. That looks like a freaking bull flag. Maybe. I mean, if this is the pole right here, it's quite a big... But either way, even if it's not a bull flag, this is a descending channel, which indicates an upward movement. It's probably more of a descending wedge, I would say. That is a bullish move right there. And I would say that it would push to minimum 365 and probably, I mean, it could wick something like this thing right here. I could see it going up to 550 again. But based on this pattern, I would say that that's probably more like the 4 to 450 zone for this pattern. So we need more indication. This also kind of looks like maybe a double bottom thing here. So the double bottom would take it to at least 380. I'm putting money in that right now. Good for you, buddy. Let's see. How long do you hold for that? What do you mean? You hold until it hits or it breaks structure. There's no real... Is it weeks? I mean, for this one, I would say it could be days. Maybe a week from now. But when we're on the day chart, remember, each one of these candles is a day. So it could take several days to get up there. It really depends on what structure is it forming on what time frame. So if we're looking at the day chart, I would say it's in weeks. If we're looking at the hour chart, it's in days. That's how I would gauge it. So if we're looking at the day, oh, we froze again. Are you guys still there? Okay, we're back. Okay, so we are still building the studio. We should be hardwired into the internet by Monday on Ethernet. We are still on Wi-Fi and we're sitting inside of a Faraday cage. Okay, so I do apologize, but these things take time. And because we're moving to a new place, we're just going to have these little problems in the meantime. So please bear with me, everyone. I appreciate your support. My internet has been bad today. Maybe it's the internet. It could be that. I do have Starlink, and so Starlink has been kind of acting up lately. But I also do believe that being in a Faraday cage and not hooked up to Ethernet is part of the problem. So bear with me. Hopefully we'll get it sorted out. I do have my IT guy coming in today after the show. Every day after the show, my IT guy comes in and he double checks the equipment and updates things and just takes care of all of that and makes sure that things are running smoothly and we're not getting viruses and malware and whatever. He just does everything technical, because I could, try to do all this, but I'm literally watching the charts and reading the news and putting the show together and doing all these things. I've just had to kind of branch out and alleviate some of that stress off myself, because it's just been too much. My thoughts on the Pengu, I think we need a little more data. I think if Bitcoin pumps, it's going to pump. I think everything's kind of following in Bitcoin, and even the meme coins, they're not pumping with Bitcoin, but they're in like unison. They're just off. So like when Bitcoin has its off day, they have their pump day, and it's just kind of like off balance. And that's really what's going on. All right, back to the news. So today's kind of a slow news day. And, we had some technical issues earlier, so we did start a little bit later. So it kind of works out because we don't have that much news to cover. That was pretty much the only real news that's any different as far as crypto goes, or XRP. As far as XRP goes, nothing has changed. The only thing that changed is that they submitted a letter for the dismissal. Okay, and nothing is official, nothing is set in stone, and the injunction is still in place. Until the injunction is removed, nothing crazy is going to happen. And I think even then, with that, we've had so many of these speculative pumps on XRP for the same reason, which is the Ripple case. it's gonna be lackluster. It'll be something, but it won't be. Let's see here. We can go into the 1 hour. It won't be anything more than this. This was when Trump announced the strategic reserve. And that was what, from $2.21 to $3. That's not that crazy. I don't think we're going to get what everyone's expecting to get. Everyone is expecting to get $11 million price for XRP once the case is dropped. I just don't see that. I think we'll get somewhat, and then we'll probably get a bit of a pullback after that. But the problem is people are being fed moon cheese, and they think that they can put $100 into XRP and eventually it'll make them rich. And that's just not how it works. People get rich in crypto by trading because of the volatility. Volatility is what makes it easy to make money quickly. And with war and tariffs and all that, we get more volatility. We have heavy drops and heavy returns. The only problem is with bad news is our returns become less and less. And I'd say that with XRP, this top blue line here really just kind of lines up with what happened on the last moon cheese. Look at it. We got some moon cheese we pumped out. We got some moon cheese we pumped out. I think that it's well within structure because this was above here and we broke down and then we stayed in here and then we broke above and we broke down, we stayed in here and then we broke above and then we broke down and we'll stay in here. And then I think we could potentially break out from there. However, there is a possibility we break out now. And what I'm doing is I'm waiting for that to happen. And I told you guys, days ago that we would probably pump here and either stay below this line and drop down, or we could come up and probably touch the top line. But I'm not going to confirm a $2.80 to $3 price until we start to push up above that 250 range. I want to see a breakout. I want to see something real and substantial. That's how I do this show, guys. I want to see facts. I want to see real stuff. I'm not just going to make moves willy-nilly because normally I don't trade up here. I buy down here and I sell up here. And I'll move along here and make some of that money. But I'm looking for more of buy zones down here along this blue line and selling along this blue line or this blue line. That's the way it's done. Yeah, there's money to be made between this blue line and this blue line, but it's risky. Very risky. Hey, can I get a fact check on something? Let me look it up. It's can you fact check? I think it's XRPL or it was a new token that's offered. Where can we buy it and trade it?
XRP base.
It's on the XRP ledger. Let me look it up. Anybody in the chat, can chat help me out? What was that coin? XRPL or XPLR or something? Chat, can you help me out? The fact checker is going to look into that for us, find out where we can buy it. XPF. So it's going to be XPF. If you can look into that, fact checkers on top of it. We'll get that figured out in just a few moments here. I got it via Zaman Wallet. Okay, so you can get it in Zaman Wallet. All right, I already got my Zaman Wallet. I'm probably gonna get some. And is it still on sale, or was it just a one-day thing? It's called XPF.
But that's the it's almost available everywhere. Coinbase right now it like went live.
Gotcha. So it's available on Coinbase. It's available everywhere for the next 30 days. Just went on sale yesterday. Nice little pre-sale. Let's take a look at that coin. Let's take a look at XPF. It's not found. Looked for it on Coinbase, couldn't find it. It's not in mine. Can we get a recheck on that fact check? It says it's not available. They're saying, and I'm not even seeing it on TradingView. Google it real quick. This week. So what day does it drop? I've not received it yet because it's not dropped yet. It's for the pre-sale. Got you. Where can you purchase the pre-sale? Just Zaman Wallet? I'm assuming Zaman Wallet because Zaman is connected directly to the XRP ledger. So that would make sense that you would be getting it through Zaman Wallet. So if you don't have Zaman Wallet, highly recommend it. However, it is going to burn one of your XRP. So eventually one day it's going to end up costing you $10,000. Just a little joke right there.
On my coin.
You want to?
No, I have to finish them.
All right. Convert and swap USDC to CFP. Frank XRP.
Yes.
XPF.
Yes.
Yeah, XPF.
It's going to be available on Coinbase.
Hold on. It will be available on Coinbase. It's no longer available. I believe you can get it pre-sale through Zaman. 100 XRP minimum. I'm reading it right now. The current price of USDC XPF is 106.08 per USDC with a circulation supply of 60 billion USDC. It means that USDC has a total market cap of XPF of 6.4 trillion. The amount of USDC traded has risen by XPF 47 billion in the last 24 hours, which is a 2.27% increase. Additionally, in the last day, XPF hit 2 trillion worth of USDC has been traded. So XPF is at a 6.4 trillion market cap. Trading volume is 2.1 trillion, and USDC is 60.7 billion circulating supply. Through buy USDC with Coinbase Wallet. Create a Coinbase Wallet account. So I believe you have to get it through the wallet or Zaman Wallet. It's not on the exchange, it's with the wallet. It sounds like it's like an airdrop thing. How much is one USDC of XPF? Would be $106. How much USDC could I buy for one? That. How do I circulate and convert USDC to XPF? You can use our USDC to XPF calculator at the top of the page. How can I buy 1 USDC on Coinbase? Obviously, so it looks like you have to buy it with your wallet. It's not on the exchange. Once it goes live, it'll be available on a few exchanges. I agree. And it sounds like Coinbase is going to have it. So if Coinbase is going to have it, all the major ones are going to have it. That's generally how it goes. Coinbase is usually the last to the table when it comes to newer projects. I would say your best bet would be to get it with Zaman Wallet because that is directly tied to the XRP ledger. So I'm going to pick up some probably tonight and get that pre-sale. Mine as well, because it's probably going to pump. And I'll tell you what, as soon as it hits the exchanges, it's probably going to pump and then it's probably going to dump. So make sure you take some profits. I think it's overvalued now. If you use the Zaman wallet, you need to connect to the trust line to get it. Gotcha. I'm struggling with that. All right. I'll tell you what, guys, I will purchase some tonight. And for those of you who are deluxe subscribers, come message me and I will tell you how I ended up buying it. Connecting to the trust line. Yeah, I'm going to try to figure it out. If I don't get it figured out tonight, we've got a month to buy it pre-sale. So those of you who are deluxe subscribers on TikTok, if you're looking to buy that, let me make the mistakes with my money and lose my money so that you don't have to make those mistakes. So let me figure it out. I'll get it done step by step and then we'll do it together. So you can message me. And that's why one of the perks of being a deluxe subscriber. Okay, cool. I'll message you later. Have you not bought it yet, Spider-Man? You haven't bought it, or you just been kind of like looking into it? Because I've been actually waiting for this for a while. So I'm super excited to get some. How much should I buy, guys? Start dropping some numbers in the chat. How much I should spend? Drop some numbers in the chat. Because I'm thinking at least a couple bands. At least a couple racks. But I'm thinking more. I feel like 10K is not enough. 100K? I feel like 100K is too much. Maybe, what do you think? I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want it to end up hitting the market and it just dropping. That's my biggest fear, is with the pre-sale, it could pump it up. Then I've got to hold it for another 5 years before I get a return because it drops once it hits the market. That's my biggest fear. Yeah, you have more experience to listen to that. I'm thinking at least 10K though. I'm thinking 10K minimum. I'll probably put in about 10K. 20K, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking at the most I'll do 50, but I think that's a little over the top because we don't quite really know what it's going to do. I have no charts to look at. You know what I mean? Put 50 in XLM. I'm sure you'd love that. I've already got a lot in XLM right now. I got moon bags. I've had a moon bag on XLM for years. Years I've been holding on to XLM. XLM and XRP have always been my favorite. And what I like about XLM is it's lower market cap. It moves with XRP, so I only got to monitor one of them. And basically, XRP is institutional money and transactions. XLM is small business and regular stuff. She says you're gambling. I don't gamble. What I do is that's kind of why I want to mitigate, and I want to do a smaller portion, because you want to take risky investments with small amounts of money and less risky investments with large amounts of money. And that's why I say anything over 50K for me in my situation is too much. I'm thinking closer to 10 or 20K, because it's not that much, but it's also where I could potentially double, what I make or more, and that would pay for the whole studio. So that's kind of where I'm at with everything right now. Is like, how am I going to make 15K overnight so that I can get back to where I was before I started building this thing? It's not as fast up or down too. I know. And the main concern is that there's no charts. There's no indication. Did you take profits in 2024? Yes, I did. I always take profits now. I learned my lesson several times after not taking profits. Several bull run. Well, the first bull run I was into, I took no profits. I didn't make barely anything. And then in my next bull run after that, I didn't take enough. So now I'm very heavy on, make sure you guys are taking profits. You have to make it real, otherwise it's not real. Yes, we are in a bull run. The bull run's been going since July of last year. We're already a year into this bull run. We're in it. I think we're in. Okay. So I think that this bull run is different than any. Before I get into this, Nini, by the way, I cannot see the chat on TikTok. Sometimes I can see it. So if you want to engage in the chat, come on over to Twitch. That's Ozthecryptogoat on Twitch, because we are leaving TikTok. I will be keeping the messages and the daily price points and everything for subscribers. All of that's going to stay, but the live show is leaving TikTok. So I want to let you know that, because you are a subscriber. So come on over to Twitch. That's Ozthecryptogoat on Twitch. Come join us here. It's a much better viewing experience. You're actually getting the audio and video that you deserve. And you won't be able to hear any of the news articles and things. So I have no way of putting that audio into TikTok right now. So come on over to Twitch. That's Ozthecryptogoat. All right, what season are we in? I think that this bull run is different than any other bull run we've had. And it shows. In case you hadn't noticed, no one can tell which way is up or which way is down. Everyone is stuck in this super cycle stuff and this new adoption stuff and all these different things, right? And we pumped because Donald Trump got into office. We pumped because he got into office right here. He got elected, and then we price corrected a little bit, and then we pumped again because he got inaugurated, and it's just been downward ever since. Until we got this, basically this crypto reserve candle, which was a big nothing burger, and brought us back down with tariffs, and we've just been on the decline ever since. So one thing I've noticed that's been different from every other bull cycle is normally it's Bitcoin dominance is what drives the market. Bitcoin pumps hard first, and then Ethereum, and the altcoins, and then the meme coins. But something different happened this year. Something different happened in this cycle. And I think part of it has to do with we all know how the cycle works. So why would I try to run with the bulls on Bitcoin when I could just get ahead of the game and buy altcoins, right? And then there are those who are like, why would I get into altcoins when I could just get ahead of the game and I could get into meme coins? And what happened is, not only did everyone try to jump the gun and get ahead of the cycles, but there's also more projects than have ever existed. So the liquidity is more spread out across the board. The total market cap for crypto is up, but the projects aren't peaking as much. And we're not seeing the big of moves. That's why everybody's waiting like, oh, this is a super cycle. And everybody's waiting for it to perform like it has in the past, but they're not taking into consideration that the liquidity is more spread out. And I'm calling this the simul cycle. All of the projects are pumping together simultaneously in unison. The only things that are really off are the meme coins and some of the altcoins. They're like alternating throughout the days. So like when Bitcoin or the altcoins tend to start going down, that money flows into the meme coins and they pump a little bit, and then vice versa, and it flows back and forth. Have you all noticed this? And what I think it is everybody is waiting for that to come, and it already came. And there is this possibility of this super cycle. I am not going to discount it. I'm going to take it into consideration that it is a possibility, and we will watch for that and watch for that breakout. And I'd love to see, an $11 million XRP, but I just don't see it. What I see are the facts. And the facts are everything is pumping together in unison, and it is a simul cycle. And because of that, the liquidity is more spread out over a vast amount of projects that we didn't have in the past. So the pumps are going to be less. And what we're seeing is with this new paradigm, in quotations, of what's happening in this new adoption, what we're seeing is a lack of volatility in the market, a lack of that big pump and then big dump. It's pumping up and it's slowly moving its way down and dwindling away. That's what I think's happening. And I think everyone thinks they know the cycle because it's happened every time and it always happens the same. And I think this time is different. I think this time is different because too many people are trying to be ahead of the curve, and so it's changing the curve. The curve is morphing into something else. I was finally able to add the trust line for the XPF coin. I'm set now, I think. Spider-Man, who are you on TikTok? I forget. I'm sorry. I do apologize. Who are you on TikTok? Because I'd like you to message me on TikTok. I am still learning everybody's names. TikTok seller 444 is easy because he's got the exact same name as on TikTok. But some of you guys have different names on Twitch, so I am still learning. Jimmy, okay. Jimmy, me and Jimmy, Jimmy's one of my regular messengers. All right, cool. I'm going to talk to you later, Jimmy, and I want to kind of figure out what you did, and we'll talk later after the show. All right. All right, needed a drink there. We got to get this show on the road, though. I was kind of stalling a little bit, but we got into a little bit of stuff, and now we're running behind on the news. Danny Gibbons. Oh, yeah, Harley Dan. I know who you are. Okay. Trump administration live updates. President Trump suggests 80% China tariff. Newmark mayor arrested for allegedly trespassing. That's irrelevant. Let's watch this show, but we'll just kind of read the highlights. President Donald Trump said this morning that decreasing tariffs on China from 145 to 80% seems right in a post on Truth Social, adding that any reduction would be up to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Bessent and the U.S. Trade Representative Jamie Greer are holding trade talks with Chinese officials tomorrow in Switzerland. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's take a little watchy here.
Massive trade war between the U.S. and China. President Trump expressing optimism about talks set for this weekend in Geneva.
They want to make a deal very badly.
The talks aimed at diffusing tensions sparked in large part by the president's massive 145% tariff on Chinese imports. Asked whether he would consider lowering those tariffs if the talks go well.
You can't get any higher. It's at 145, so we know it's coming down.
5 weeks after unveiling his tariffs on top U.S. trading partners, the president touting the outlines of a new trade agreement with the U.K., with final details expected to be worked out in the weeks ahead. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer joining by phone.
But I think it's really important that we've been able to get this deal over the line now.
The agreement will roll back U.S. tariffs on British cars, as well as steel and aluminum, of which Britain is not a major exporter. In exchange, the Brits agreed to open up access and lower tariffs for American companies selling beef, poultry, ethanol, and other products. But a 10% U.S. tariff on British imports will remain. In a rare joint statement, America's big three automakers say the agreement, quote, hurts them, adding, "We are disappointed that the administration prioritized the UK ahead of our North American partners." The president warning companies shifting production from China to other countries won't help them avoid high tariffs, like toy giant Mattel, maker of Barbie and Hot Wheels, which recently said it would move some production to India.
That's okay. Let him go, and we'll put 100% tariff on his toys, and he won't sell one toy in the United States.
The president also brushing off concerns about rapidly slowing traffic at America's busiest shipping ports, even with thousands of jobs hanging in the balance for dock workers and truck drivers.
When I see that, that means we lose less money. That's a good thing, not a bad thing.
The president also making two notable personnel moves overnight. President Trump announcing he's appointing Jeanine Pirro, a current Fox News host and former judge and county district attorney, to be the interim U.S. attorney for Washington, D.C., after bipartisan Senate opposition forced the president to pull his previous nominee. And President Trump also ordering the firing of the Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden, overnight by email from the Presidential Personnel Office. It's not clear yet why Trump fired the Obama appointee who had 1 year left on her 10-year term, or who he plans to appoint in her place. Craig?
Garrett Hake from the White House there. Garrett, thank you. Quick programming note here. We do want to mention that Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy will be one of Kristen Welker's exclusive guests this Sunday on Meet the Press.
News lives in
The president's trade war is also having a big effect on business in China. Anna Coren visited the country's largest trade fair, where many exporters say business is down because right now, many American businesses can't afford to buy what they need.
If you need reminding of what China produces for everyday consumers, a tour of the Canton Trade Fair will quickly refresh your memory.
I fixed it.
From Christmas decorations,
I gotta have the IT guy come in and fix a few things. A lot of things are wonky right now. My apologies.
All here. For many of these
Moving
businesses,
everything
the
has
US
just kind
has
of
been
messed a
one of
lot
their
of things
biggest
up.
export markets. Not anymore.
Not so good this year. It's bad.
The trade war has brought an abrupt end to those sales, with US buyers telling their Chinese suppliers to cancel orders and stop shipments. And for Richard Chu, who produces fabric gift bags, that's a bitter pill to swallow.
I think it's not fair. So just make me feel sick, but you are saying now, you know.
He's done business with the US for the past 2 decades. In recent years, exports to America made up 40% of his sales. And he believes the world's manufacturing powerhouse is being punished because of its success.
Our people are very industrious and very diligent, very working hard to make the products good price. It's not our problem. I think maybe it's your problem.
In years gone by, the Canton Trade Fair was packed with American buyers, but this year officials admit the numbers are way down. It's another sign that President Trump's trade war has taken hold. One American we did come across wasn't there to buy, but rather to research new products.
I don't want to bring them in at the current tariff rate. It just doesn't work. It's too high. But I also don't believe it's going to last months and months and months.
His optimism based on the fact that no one does it better than
He doesn't
China
believe
at
it's
that
going to last
price.
months and months and
In my
months.
eyes, China produces
It hasn't even hit
But
yet.
if this
It's
trade
going to
war
last
drags on,
years.
These goods
What
may
an
disappear
idiot.
for US consumers.
What
For
a
CBS
freaking
Mornings,
numbskull.
I'm Anna Corrin in Guangzhou, China.
These people are oblivious to what's happening around them.
Be your own boss and never.
They are just completely oblivious. They think it's all going to be over tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Do you really think that prices are going to skyrocket up because of tariffs and then they're going to come back down? Did anything come down after COVID? Did anything come down? No. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop. Come on, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. The fact that people believe this and they're being fed this nonsense. It's the media, or they're being told to say it for the media so that you believe it. It ain't true. These tariffs are going to go into place just long enough to drive the prices of everything up so that they can stay up forever and never come back down. And the tariffs will go away. The deals will be done with the other countries, but nothing's coming back down. Nothing will ever come back down. It will always stay up forever now. And it's just going to keep going up, keep going up. That's just how it always has been. I think it's intentional. I really do. I think it's all intentional. They need us to be flat broke and worried about paying our mortgages or our car payment and not investing into something like crypto. Because if normal people could get their hands on crypto and have the money to invest, they'd become too wealthy, and too many people would become wealthy. And that's why I have this show, because I want too many people to become wealthy. I want to be their problem, not their solution. Don't become someone's exit liquidity. Don't be manipulated. Don't be used. Rattle the cage, crypto goat. Yep. The goat is at the cage, non at the bars right now. They want to cage you. They want the fiat money turning over constantly. What do you mean by that, Neo? By the way, Neo, I love whenever you engage in the chat. You always have the most thought-provoking, and you're just on point with me, man. Like, I feel like we're like mentally connected there. But on this one, I don't know what you mean. They want the fiat money turning over constantly. What do you mean by turning over? Like they want it, I'm confused. All right. So when you get your paycheck, they want you to spend 100%. Exactly. They don't want you to be able to save anything. They want you to be in debt with it. They want you to rob from Peter to pay Paul. They want you to use this credit card to pay off that credit card to pay off that credit card to get this cash advance car loan on this car and that car and whatever, to where you're just in this endless cycle of paying interest, and you're never actually gaining anything. That's what they want. They want you on a downward spiral, and that's what slavery is. But as you know, people like me, I don't have to work. My job now is to educate all of you and to bring you up to my level and to open your third eye and allow you to see the world as the way I see it. It's just slavery with extra steps. What was that, Rick and Morty? It's just slavery with extra steps. They want you indebted. They want you to be slaves. They want you to be subservient. You are their serfs and they are the lords. Well, you know what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make these serfs surf some waves, y'all. Let's surf some waves and catch that freaking ride all the way to the shore, baby, and quit trying to tread water. That's what I'm talking about. And then finally get our feet on some dry land and be able to do something with our life. That's a great little analogy. I like that. Gotta come up with a good goat one. Little goat analogy. Goat analogy. Goat analogy. As U.S. and China begin trade talks in Geneva, Trump's tariff hammer looks less mighty than he claims. Because the freaking the freaking tariffs that he put on China were just so outlandish and unsustainable. I don't think he even knew. I think he just started shouting out numbers and was just like, I'm gonna do it. And they're like, but sir, like we can't actually do that. And they're, I said it, I'm the president. That's what I think happened there. It was just, it's so unsustainable. We will fold before China will. And they know that because they will allow their country to burn. They will allow their citizens to rot in the streets if they have to in order to win. They do not care. What they care about is pride. He tariffed penguins. I know, right? There are some countries that, and I understand why he did what he did. Okay, yes, he put a blanket tariff out there, and I get what he was going for, but I think in one way it worked, and in the other way it's just crippling everything. But I think that's the point. I think they want to cripple this. And don't forget to smash that like button if you're watching on TikTok. Don't just tap it, don't just hit it, but smash it, baby. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. If you're not a subscriber yet, become a subscriber and join the community. I post daily price point videos every day, and we have been right within the cent nearly every single day. So join the community, be a part of that. And as a deluxe subscriber, you can get that coaching. I offer coaching to help you with your trades and to become more knowledgeable with things. So any questions you have, and even if you just, you want to tell me your life story. I've had so many people come to me and they tell me their life story and how they changed their lives and how all this has happened. And it just warms my heart to feel so close to so many of you. So I love it. Send it in. And I know a lot of you guys don't message me because you think you're bothering me. Don't be afraid to message me. Just if you are going to message me on the weekend, send me a donation. Otherwise, let me rest and let me enjoy my weekend off. But if you feel like you need something and you need to know, just shoot me a couple bucks or whatever for a donation, and I'll work on the weekends. Eventually one day I'm just going to 86 that. I'm going to turn messaging off on the weekends if I can. Because I do need to at some point have one day to myself, you know, and to just turn off the brain and not have to worry about posting price points or anything. But I get that we're involved in a 24-hour market. So I guess that goes